Okay, guys. Hi, everyone. My name's Dylan Martin. I'm here to give you guys a documentary on guns and the origin of guns, the different types of guns, and just like a little bit of history on where they came from. So, like I said, this is an introduction of the origin of guns, and gonna take you guys on a little historical journey. So guns were a very powerful invention that have changed history, for better or worse. That's y'all's opinion to decide. They have a really ancient beginning, and many technological adaptations have been made since to further enhance the ability of guns. So in the first slide we have early gunpowder in China, and this picture here is an example of what the gunpowder back then would have looked like. And gunpowder was discovered by the ancient alchemists in China around the 9th century, which is a long time ago. They transformed gunpowder into weaponry, early flamethrowers, cannons, as well as fireworks. Chinese were the first people to have fireworks. Going into the next slide, we have a little bit more of evolution as it pertains to Europe. So the gunpowder tech reached Europe around 13th century via the Silk Road. Once everything was traded up and down the Silk Road, and that's how a lot of people got their information. And European investors, they adapted Chinese principles, leading to the development of hand cannons and early firearms. So this picture here that I put up, it's an example of the early hand cannons and firearms. It'd be able to fit on your person. Looks just like the ones that they would have on in ships and stuff. So continue to the next slide. We have the matchlock era. This was produced in the 15th century, and it only improved accuracy and ease of use of the firearms. The hand cannons weren't really accurate, and having a gun long like this with a shoulder mount, you were able to get more stability. This ultimately became the standard infantry weapon. And this particular gun right here is from India, actually. It's really cool. Not much are made like it. So yeah, going into the flintlock innovation, they started putting hammers on the guns. Right here, you can see that's the hammer. This was created in the 17th century. A lot of people started using these. They were way better than the matchlocks. They were able to provide faster ignition, and they were way more reliable than the matchlocks. Still, none of these guns had bores, so the accuracy of these guns weren't really that good. But moving into the Industrial Revolution and mass production era, this was the 18th century. Here I have a picture of just a textile industry, or the warehouses that they were working in. This enabled mass producing of firearms and better technology of firearms. They were able to be standardized and more parts were able to be made for firearms, and just revolutionized the whole manufacturing process of firearms. This really just made it easier for armies and people to get their hands on weapons to protect themselves and whatnot. So, going into technological advancements, the 19th and 20th centuries were significant for technological advancements. These included rifling, cartridges, and automatic firearms. So rifling was the twist inside of the barrel. So this gave, or the grooves inside of the barrel. So this gave bullets the ability to spin inside the barrel and would only increase the accuracy. This gun right here is called a breech loader, and different from the matchlocks, this was the first gun that was able to be reloaded way faster than the musket balls of the Civil War era and whatnot. You could take bullets in and out of this way faster than you would normally be able to. This really changed the landscape of warfare, as armies were able to put out more bullets and whatnot. So lastly, we come to contemporary firearms and impact. So today, many firearms come like this. They're also different. These are just some of the ones that the Army uses, or our armed forces. And we now have pistols, rifles, just a multitude of firearms that wouldn't have been possible if not for the early people who started messing around with firearms. Guns have came a long way, and to conclude, I just want to let everybody know and remind them that you should always respect firearms and always use caution when carrying or handling. These things are not a toy, and you can get hurt by using them. So always be safe and use caution, and actually learn how to handle firearms so you don't hurt either yourself or loved ones. Stay safe.